of motivation, would that change your life? Like Trick Daddy can change your life, and if he could, you're fucked up. You're really fucked up if Trick Daddy could change your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, how much authority do you give? You give that. Okay.
Wasp, yeah, whatever the fuck, mosquito, real mosquito. I got some spray, but yeah, we can go about his way.
Spray, let him live.
Yeah, he'll live.
Mosquitoes gotta live too.
Yeah, they do. They serve a purpose somehow.
That's why I just covered myself up, because I get bit up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I drink enough alcohol. I thought they wouldn't bother me, but
Alcohol prevents you from getting bit up?
I think it's a myth. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me because I guess people associate, well, you get a cut, you get bit, you put alcohol on it. Well, what if I have alcohol in me? It's a stupid fucking It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid to even think of, but
It's a reach.
but at some way it makes sense to somebody.
Oh yeah, well everything makes sense to somebody.
Right, exactly. But yeah, if you can easily be changed, if your life can change from someone's opinion, it says more about you than it does the person giving the opinion.
Okay, so speaking about life changing, you made a life changing decision.
Yes.
A while ago when you decided that you were gonna be vegetarian.
Yes.
Or be predominantly vegetarian.
Predominantly
you have a
vegetarian.
slip up here and there, but that's that's understandable.
Yeah.
You know. So what prompted that decision?
Well,
and by the way, it's been a successful
yes,
decision because you've lost a significant amount of weight. I'm sure other things have like your blood pressure is probably better and shit like that.
Well, 36 pounds.
Okay.
I don't know what happened was and actually nothing happened, nothing cataclysmic or nothing life threatening. I went to my normal doctor. My blood pressure was sky high. I kept hearing about, oh, it's hereditary. You're African American. It's supposed to be high.
He said that?
Yes. He said, well, the chart even shows, African Americans and other like Asians or Caucasians, etc. And there's a certain separate scale for African American versus the rest of people that they measure you by. So 180 over 20, 120 or whatever for an African American is normal, but it's high for a white guy. This is true. You could ask the doctor or anything.
That's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. So it supports the myth that African Americans are inherently, have high blood pressure, which means smarter people than us have figured this out somehow and have, I guess, by case. Well, anyway, back to me, because I can't prove any of that. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
That was awesome.
Well, it would sound like a conspiracy other than that. So rather than it be a conspiracy, I said, hey, you know what? Here's what it was. They put me on blood pressure meds, right?
Okay.
And last year, they had me on a pill. I won't say the name for obvious reasons because it'll fucking medical suit or whatever. I even forgot the name of it. It made me cough.
Okay.
It made me cough to the point where I could have a conversation with you and I'd like a smoker, like a fucking bad cough. And then it started hurting my chest. Then I started getting pains and my stomach muscles were messed up. And I'd be in bed crying. We went on vacation and my wife is like rubbing me down with Vicks and all kinds of stuff because I'm trying to not cough. And lo and behold, I looked at the symptoms of the side effects of the thing, and it says, actually, your ex-wife told me.
Oh, really?
Kim told me.
Okay.
Funny enough, your ex-wife told me something that was worth looking into, and
she's good for something.
She's good for something, yes. And she said, "Oh, that pill is known for that makes you cough, doesn't it?" And I was like, I fucking my eyes lit up. I was like, "What? You know this? Tell me more." Please. I was like, oh. And she was saying, she was like, no, this pill is known to give you a side effect that makes you cough. But it was some sort of combination. Like, it didn't just make everyone cough. It made you cough if you had this and you had that and you had this and that. So you needed like 5 checkpoint list things to fucking make you cough. So lo and behold, I went and found out, and I went and told the doctor, and I said, airplane. I don't know how that's going to play on the thing, but So I went to the doctor, told him, hey, you know, what's up with this? He said, okay, fine, I'll switch you. But in order to switch you, I have to switch you to a different pill, 2 pills. And I started going, whoa, wait, what the fuck? He says, yeah, but this one will only give you 10 milligrams, but this one will give you 5, and then together you get 20 and this. And I was like, damn. And he's like, yeah, for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, rest of your life, I was like, all right, this is kind of fucking bullshit. What can I do? And obviously the first thing he said, lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
He said, lose weight, exercise, and get more active. And I think because I live an active life, I accepted that as exercise.
Part of it. Okay.
No, I accepted that as exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, I move, I walk up and down buildings. That's regular. You know, going and pushing yourself and getting a nice sweat and burning some calories is different than just walking to work, you know.
Right.
Oh, 30 steps to my office. Ooh. You know, you can't count that because your body becomes adjusted to that, and that's normal.
Right.
So you're not pushing yourself to any boundaries.
So exert yourself. Exert yourself for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Even for 5 minutes out of the norm would probably be better than nothing, you know.
Right.
So I said, all right, let me go on let me change my eating. I started looking into the teachings of Dr. Sebi. Okay.
I know what that is.
Okay. Dr. Sebi is a doctor from Honduras who claimed to have cured cancer, AIDS, lupus, sickle cell, about any disease you could think of. He claimed that he could cure it. Posted an ad in the Village Voice, 1979. He was brought up for charges, and they said, you have to stop saying this stuff or else we're going to arrest you. You're a fraud. You're not even a doctor. Guy was a quack, like a herbalist.
Okay.
The herbalist. So he okay, whatever, and his mother tells him, hey, well, you better stop this. They're coming. You can't fight these people. This is big pharmaceutical. They're never gonna let you accept you for this, and you don't have the license. You don't have none of the accreditations. Right. He had none of the accreditations of Harvard he didn't come from no school. He fucking studied in a Mexican shoppers market, like you know, found some herbs and talked to shamans and stuff like that, so they could perceive them as a quack. That being said, he went in front of the Supreme Court justice. Supreme Court took his case all the way to the Supreme Court. Represented himself, and he won.
Really?
You could look this up, people. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. He beat the Supreme Court because they told him, prove it.
Well, he didn't beat the Supreme Court. He beat the U.S. government. The Supreme Court just heard the case.
Yeah, Supreme Court heard the case.
It went all the way up to
it was U.S. versus
US government
him versus Dr. Sebi.
And what were they saying? That he can't make the claims that he was
correct.
Okay.
They said you're making illegitimate claims of curing incurable diseases.
Okay.
We don't have a cure for these things. And they told him that if for every disease you claim to have cured, you have to bring medical proof of this. And he did. And they said one of three. You need at least three people. He brought 70 people to court.
Wow.
70 people to court that have been diagnosed with AIDS, herpes, all kinds of stuff, and then later after his treatment, no symptoms.
Remission. Okay.
Remission. Right. Not to say that some of them now, to this day, I just learned, some of them have gone back, they've slipped off, they stopped doing what he told them to do, and they're back, and the signs come back up. So they're saying, oh, you didn't do it, you just suppressed it.
Right.
But he says that's what Magic Johnson's doing, suppressing it.
Right.
And he's living. The idea is to stay alive, not to die.
Right.
So whether you have it or not, that's like saying, hey, man, you got a dot on your forehead, you're going to have that for the rest of your life. Your life is over. No, your life's not over. You just learn to live with a dot on your head.
Right.
So that's his concept. Is like you don't have to die from it. You can live from it, and it doesn't have to be super expensive to live on it with all medicine and drugs. So he treated Michael Jackson. He treated Prince. He treated Left Eye. Notice I'm naming all people that have died.
They're dead.
Dead. So again, the conspiracy in me goes the other way. You asked.
I didn't ask. No.
The conspiracy goes the other way, and he's dead now, by the way.
Okay.
Dr. Sebi died in a prison in Honduras, in his own country.
Why was he in prison?
He was in prison because he came back across the border with about $70,000 worth in cash for his village. So he has a village called the Usha village in Honduras.
Okay.
And the Usha village is where Left Eye is. And if you go watch Left Eye's final moments or whatever, the final last days of Lisa Left Eye.
That's where she stayed.
She stayed there to clear herself out,
Right.
and she was in his village and whatever else. And she revered off the road. You see it in the camera and everything else.
Yeah,
and
she hurt somebody
flipped
killed
her,
somebody.
killed herself and people in the car. I mean,
No, but what didn't she?
Oh, Andre Rison. Remember, she burnt his house down.
Well, yeah, that's that. But didn't she?
Oh, she killed a boy.
Wasn't she also? Wasn't she in a previous incident?
She
in
killed
which,
the kid in
Right.
the car. She killed the kid running
Right.
across the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In Honduras.
Right. And then she had, then she ended up having an accident that ultimately took her life.
The irony of it, right?
Right.
So
but previously, okay, 'cause that's what I remember. I remember seeing some of it, and I remember seeing her dealing with the fact that she killed somebody and that she was trying to communicate
Yes.
with the family. That,
yeah, and the family accepted her. Actually, she paid for the kid's funeral.
Right.
She paid for the funeral. The family was grief-stricken, but they understood it was an accident. It was a real accident.
Right. Right.
Kid ran out in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So ironically, she dies by the same road that she killed someone on.
Right. Okay.
This is good, Baba.
I hope so. Hope so, because it's gone.
All right, so Dr. Sabian.
So Dr. Sebi,
Save you, student.
Sebi, yeah, Sebi. His whole teaching is about ridding the body. He said all disease lives and can only live in an acid environment.
Okay.
There's no disease that can survive in an alkaline, body,
environment. Okay.
right? So naturally, we were alkaline. You know what I'm saying? The energy of alkaline is like when batteries used to be alkaline and they weren't acid batteries. You used to distill water in a battery and it was alkaline. That was when alkaline batteries were normal until they froze and stuff like that. So they had bad effects. So it wasn't until we started converting to acidity and putting the acid level and all like that, we get all these things like cancer and all these other things. They're just rotting, burning cells, just sitting in a corner. He said, imagine you leave a piece of meat in the corner, it just decays and rots, and all it does is flies. Then this comes on it, and it just mold, and everything else builds on it. But if you had a vegetable or a piece of something, nothing. You could
So his treatment involved with changing the pH balance of your internal body.
And the one thing in the Usha village that he was pronounced that, although the water was filthy, it was dirty, it had a high pH value, and you could drink it. And it
had a high alkaline.
It had a high alkaline water. It
Okay.
was dirty in look, and if you saw it was brown, it was murky and but the testing of it was phenomenal.
Clean water.
So he claims that we're all plants. We grew just like plants grew. We grew from the sun, photosynthesis, and we developed, and we're just higher evolution of plants. Okay, so we don't need meat to live. We need light, sun, water, and other greens and nutrients. So he says that there's no food inside what we call food. I mean, there's no physical nutrients inside of them. And you could get all of those things from certain plants.
Right.
Okay.